For the third part of our water cycle review, you are going to model and or explain, both is great, with scientific vocabulary, 2 or 3 different transfers where water in a river could move to. So the water's in a river, so you could model and explain and show me at least 2 or more ways that water from the river could go somewhere else. Where could it transfer to? So think about the water cycle. Where could that water transfer to? So go ahead and draw and explain that, and then come back when you are ready to see the different grading levels. So it said 2 or 3. So if you're only doing 2, I can tell you that that is not above level. Above level, the 4 is always going to do the most. So here, I'm actually going to pull up from the bottom. So if I just drew the river and I showed one way, that's not even meeting expectations. So if I say the river could evaporate and I just did one way, and so maybe you didn't do evaporation, but you just showed one way, then that is a 1. If you showed me 2 ways but told me nothing about them, evaporation, or it could get in the ground and percolate. If you showed me 2 ways but no explanation, then that is a 2. If you showed me 2 ways but gave an explanation, then that bumps you to a 3. Or wrote it in a sentence, right? Water could percolate down into the soil. Heat added could cause the water to evaporate. So I'm just expanding on that vocabulary, telling them what does that mean. And then a 4 is going to have at least 3 ways with those explanations. So water could percolate down into the soil. Heat added could cause the water to evaporate. An animal could come and drink that water. So those, you do not have to have the same ways as me, right? The water could flow into an ocean, into a lake. The river, what else can rivers do? Oh, like tree branches or roots could, right, suck it up and it could go into the vegetation. So I don't care what the transfers are, but they just have to make sense. So I'm probably not going to say that this river went through condensation. That's not a transfer a river is going to go through because it's liquid and liquid doesn't go through condensation. So it has to make sense, and you have to explain them to get the full points. If you just put the word, I can't give you points for it. Explain how it could go from one place to another. So go ahead and give yourself the 1, 2, 3, or 4 for that. Why did you give yourself that grade? And then set a goal. Do you need to make sure you explain your transfers? Do you need to list at least 3 of them? What do you need to do specifically to do the best on your test?